Settle in now. Let your body grow heavy and supported, as though the surface beneath you knows exactly how to hold you. Take a slow breath in, and an even slower breath out. Feel the quiet around you, the small sounds fading, the space becoming safe, warm, and still. There is nothing you need to focus on, nothing you need to solve. Just the sound of my voice, and the gentle feeling of drifting closer to rest. Allow your breathing to soften. Allow your thoughts to loosen their grip. And as calm spreads comfortably through you, our story today begins at a forge lit long after midnight, where fire glows low and patient, and time itself seems to slow. The armorer worked alone. The village slept beyond thick stone walls, roofs dark and quiet beneath the stars. Only his forge remained awake, breathing softly with a low murmur of embers and the occasional, comforting crack of settling coals. Inside, the air was warm but not harsh, gentle heat, like a steady heartbeat. Shadows danced across wooden beams as firelight flickered, and tiny sparks lifted upward, drifting slowly, lazily, like fireflies that had forgotten where they were meant to go. The armorer sat at his bench, shoulders relaxed, movements unhurried. In his hands rested a sword, not a new one, not yet. Its steel caught the light in long, muted reflections, holding the glow of the forge as if remembering brighter days. The armorer believed, just as many craftsmen once did, that steel remembered everything, every strike, every battle, every moment of care. So he treated it gently. He dipped a cloth into warm oil and began to polish the blade in slow, circular motions, round and round, steady and even, the rhythm almost like breathing. The cloth whispered softly against the metal, a sound so subtle it seemed meant only for the night. As he worked, the armorer listened, not just with his ears, but with his hands. He felt the faint tremors in the steel, the places where old stress lingered, the areas that carried heavier memories. He did not rush them. He lingered there, polishing patiently, letting warmth and respect ease the tension away. The forge responded. The fire softened its crackle. The sparks rose more slowly. Even the anvil seemed to rest more quietly in the corner. Outside, a breeze moved through sleeping trees, brushing leaves together in a hush-hush sound that drifted through the open window. The armorer breathed it in, letting the cool night air mix with the warmth of the forge. He had learned long ago that metal responded best to calm. Long before this blade had been his, it had belonged to a guard who walked lonely walls at dawn. Before that, perhaps, to a young knight whose hands had trembled with both fear and hope. And before that, the steel had been ore in the mountain, resting in darkness for centuries. It remembered all of it. The armorer polished not to erase those memories, but to soothe them. As the cloth moved, the blade seemed to glow more warmly, reflecting tiny embers that floated up and vanished into shadow. Each spark felt like a thought being released. Each gentle motion, a quiet reassurance. You might imagine yourself there now, seated nearby, close enough to feel the warmth on your skin, listening to the steady rhythm of care, the soft scrape of cloth, the low murmur of fire, the peaceful certainty that nothing will be demanded of you. The armorer set the sword down and reached for a piece of armor breastplate dulled by time. He lifted it carefully, as though greeting an old friend, and began the same slow ritual. Circular motion, even pressure, unbroken patience. As he worked, he hummed onto tune, exactly, but a low, grounding sound that vibrated gently in his chest. The metal seemed to respond, the dull surface gradually brightening, as if relieved to be seen again. Sparks drifted upward, one by one, like glowing thoughts rising from a dream. The armorer believed that when steel was treated with respect, it let go of pain more easily. That care transformed not just the object, but the space around it, and perhaps the people nearby as well. Time stretched. Minutes felt wide and unimportant. The night deepened beyond the window, stars turning slowly overhead. Somewhere in the distance, a clock chimed once, then fell silent again. The armorer paused, placing both hands flat against the warm metal. He closed his eyes. In the quiet, he listened to the forge breathe. In that stillness, memories softened not only in the steel, but in him. The long days, the weight of years, the unspoken worries that clung like soot, they loosened. The armorer resumed his work, slower now, as if guiding the entire room toward rest. The fire dimmed slightly, embers glowing low and steady. The forge had done enough for the night. When the last piece was polished, he arranged the armor neatly, each piece aligned with care. The steel gleamed softly, not sharp or blinding, just calm. Content, he extinguished the forge with practiced hands, watching the fire settle into glowing coals. Sparks rose one final time, then faded, leaving behind a gentle red warmth. The armorer removed his apron and sat quietly, listening to the cooling metal tick softly as it rested. He breathed deep and slow, matching the pace of the night, and as the forge drifted toward sleep, as the steel rested, free of strain, the entire workshop seemed to exhale. Let that feeling reach you now, a sense of completion, of warmth without effort, of quiet respect for everything you carry. Like the armor laid carefully to rest, you do not need to be alert anymore. You do not need to be strong. You can simply be. The embers glow softly, the night holds steady, and you are free to drift into sleep.